right, welcome back. Getting into things here. Marvel Rivals, a long night for SMSU Esports. The other team that's in playoffs for SMSU, Marvel Rivals, playing tonight. SMSU hoping to have two teams advance to the finals here. And it's all depends on the decision of this game here. SMSU, Punisher and Moon Knight coming out for the DPS. Very strong DPS.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Punisher coming out to try to deal with this Iron Man and Groot. There's a lot. SMSU approaching site here. The Groot wall's coming into play. Zero Power taking quite a bit of damage now. Devoted taking quite a bit of damage. SMSU repositioning a little bit here.
Looks like the mission area is yours.
Caster trying to put in the damage. SMSU does contest site just in time. And now they're pushing forward here. Trash Star's taking quite a bit of damage here. SMSU need to heal him up. Okay, now they are getting heals. The Deadpool already is ult. That ult charges so fast. Magneto pushing up now. Deadpool ult is going to come in. Trash Star's taking quite a bit of damage again. He's getting healed up though. Hyena now taking pretty low. Neither team finding any kills. Zero Power taking pretty low. The Moon Knight ult comes into play though, and that finds one, they find two. SMSU start the fight off well, and they find a team fight win. We're likely going to see Minot back all the way off. SMSU do get site control to start it. All right. Groot walls coming into play here. SMSU, are they going to be ready for Groot just already on site? Hyena very low here, needs to get healed up, is getting healed up now. And a Groot ult comes into play, but a Cloak and Dagger ult comes out. SMSU counter with the Cloak and Dagger ult, and now they're going to try to find kills, and they kill the Iron Man as he was ulting. Very nicely done for SMSU. Now counter Cloak and Dagger ult comes into play, and Moon Knight ult comes into play as well, forcing both teams off of the angles. Both teams on the Moon Knight as well. And SMSU Devoted in the backline finds one. SMSU find two kills. Here comes an Emma ult onto the backline. Devoted taken pretty low. Is going to get healed up here though. And SMSU win another team fight. Origami Dragon getting taken out here, and SMSU have a nice lead. 64% on the first site. Zero Power getting healed up a little bit here. And SMSU resetting. SMSU have 3 ults available to the 2 available from Minot. But Caster taking quite a bit of damage from the enemy Moon Knight. He's able to back off and get healed here. And SMSU have to reposition a little bit. Here comes an Invis ult. Here comes a Magneto ult trying to dunk it, but taken out. SMSU lose one. Now here comes the Luna ult from 9TB. Here comes the Punisher ult as well. SMSU pop 2 ults here, and they're going to try to win the fight. They find 2 kills. They find 3 as the Ultron pops ult. SMSU appear to have taken this game. The Moon Knight ult is going to land on SMSU, and Caster is going to drop. Now they need to find the kills, though. SMSU, can they finish off these kills? These players are living longer than they should. SMSU find the kills and take the first of 3 potential sites on domination. Very well played from SMSU on the first part here. The Moon Knight preventing the Loki from coming out from Minot here. The Jeff is going to come out here. SMSU do bring 1 ult over, same with Minot. The rest of the teams are relatively similar in ult charge, so both teams going to be in a very similar position on this one. The change to Hela here, actually. Not going for the Jeff and going, okay, here comes the Punisher. Minot maybe not sure what to do against this SMSU team comp so far.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
All right. Crash Star is going to be the first one here. Gets the Ankh in place, and it's going to do a little bit of damage, but it is going to get destroyed. Devoted taking quite a bit of damage here, and Devoted has to drop to sight here. SMSU all have to drop to sight to play with their team. The group kind of zoning SMSU off a little bit. Caster taken very low, and now Zero Power taken very low. The Cloak and Dagger ult is going to come out, and SMSU lose 2 though, and now they trade 1 back. Can they find the kill onto the Punisher? They do. A 2 for 2, a tight team fight from both teams. And SMSU find 2 more. SMSU are going to win this team fight. Cloak is going to try running away, and SMSU are going to get a big stagger on the Cloak and get site control. SMSU going to play the high ground to start this out. Minot playing the low ground. Advantage of the low ground is you're not quite as on top of each other as you are on this high ground. Here comes a Moon Knight ult out onto SMSU. Devoted taken very low. They drop their own Moon Knight ult though. That finds no kills. Neither team find kills with the Moon Knight ults. SMSU do isolate and find 2, find 3. SMSU popping off, find 4. And that is a team wipe pretty much. Only people living is Moon Knight and Cloak. No, Invis? No, that's Cloak. Sorry, their pictures look a little similar. So SMSU are going to get all the way up to 50-ish% here, but no ults available for them, and the Punisher ult is available on the other side. So SMSU, are they going to be ready for that? Here comes Judge, Jury, and Executioner. SMSU need to break line of sight here. The Punisher ult isn't getting too much right now. And SMSU do lose Caster here. But they are able to live through the Punisher ult for the rest of them. Now Moon Knight dropping. SMSU look like they have to give sight here. Yeah, SMSU lose that team fight. The Punisher ult separated SMSU a little bit too much. And now we'll see SMSU regroup. They do have the Luna Snow ult available. And almost a Magneto ult here. They're pretty close on a few characters. We're going to see if SMSU are able to get into this fight. The Moon Knight on the side doing a lot of work. And here comes the Deadpool ult charging up very quick. And SMSU almost find the Punisher there. SMSU have 3 ults available now. SMSU pushing in. But they lose Trash. They lose their Moon Knight. And here comes the Cloak and Dagger ult. SMSU missed the Magneto ult. And here comes their own Luna Snow ult, but they lost Hyena. And here comes Punisher as well. They're comboing the ults. They're going to try to find kills with this. But the ult, actually, the Punisher is not grouped up with it. They do find 2 anyway. Caster, 1 HP taken out. SMSU do appear to have won the team fight anyway. And they're going to cap site here. 80% to 60% as SMSU trying to stagger as many players as they can. Actually, SMSU get a huge stagger at the end against Origami Dragon. And here comes a Strange Portal onto site. SMSU pop the ult from Emma and a Moon Knight ult protecting Minot as they jump through Portal. Here, Eye of Agamotto into SMSU's backline, but the Emma stops that, and SMSU find 2 kills. Now, can they find the Moon Knight? Moon Knight very low on sight. They lose 2 of themselves, though. SMSU, can they finish this fight? Devoted taken very low here. But a Magneto shield comes into play, very big at keeping them alive. SMSU, 3 versus 1. They find the last kill. Can they get sight before they touch? DPS Jeff unable to get there, and SMSU start with a map win on domination. We'll be right back when map 2 is ready as SMSU take map 1. All right, we are back for game 2. SMSU lead 1-0 in the series.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
And SMSU on defense first. SMSU sticking with, I think, the exact same lineup, really.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission
SMSU
area.
defending pretty aggressively. Trying to build some ult charge here. Both teams on the Moon Knight. SMSU bursting down those group walls. Trying to reposition the camera a little bit, get a better angle. The Namor coming out from Minot. SMSU playing pretty well around this area. And actually a Moon Knight ult is going to find 3-4 kills. Wow, what an ult. And SMSU find a pretty big stagger there on the Namor. There's a minute burned off the clock. Sorry, these buildings are kind of annoying for the camera positioning. Now SMSU again taking a pretty aggressive position. Now playing a little bit more defensive. Here comes the Venom into the SMSU's backline. SMSU pull out the shotgun though, and they're punching through the Venom's HP. Venom has to get out. Devoted taken very low though. Now getting healed up, but Trash now taken low. SMSU pretty low on a few players. Able to reset up a little bit, but now here comes the Venom into the backline. They're freeze onto SMSU. The Venom does get dropped. And SMSU, they lose one back. Now Deadpool ult into play. Hyena does pick up a kill, and SMSU pop the Invis ult on site to last through and win the fight. But that means SMSU are down ultimates. Iron Man about to have ult. Invis does have ult. Cloak and Dagger has ult. Venom almost has ult. Namor almost has ult. So SMSU will see if they can live through this next push. Another minute and 15 seconds burned though. Very good start to the map. And Trash almost has ult here. This Moon Knight ult could be a big deal. Same with Punisher. These ults can break through these support ults sometimes. Venom diving in. Finds a lot of damage onto SMSU's backline. And SMSU lose Caster. 9 TB taken very low. SMSU do trade a kill. And they pop the Luna Snow ult to live through. Both teams popping ults. And Iron Man ult finds 2, unfortunately. SMSU sustaining as long as they can. They cannot get at 0 power on the Strange, so SMSU won't be able to TP in. This is why I don't like the Strange. Means no contest from Portal here.
Only 60 seconds left.
This is Minot taking site and getting another minute and a half on the clock. Minute, 2.5 minutes on the clock.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
SMSU resetting. Playing a little bit of a longer angle, and Trash Stars finds a kill. Here comes Venom into the backline, onto Devoted. Devoted taken pretty low. Now Venom getting out. Trash pretty low here, now getting healed up. Jumping forward with Thing. Taking quite a bit of damage though. SMSU playing a pretty long angle with... Okay, the team resetting positions a little bit. 0 power, looks to be... I don't know what he's doing up here. What is 0 power doing? He's gonna die in SMSU. Trade 1 for 1 actually, so it's not so bad. Hyena jumps in though. Taken very low and does get taken out. SMSU lose a player, then Moon Knight ult drops but doesn't find anyone. And SMSU getting pushed out of position here. Trying to get their team back for a hold. All right, the whole team is back here. Now Judge, Jury, and Executioner popped, but an Invis ult on the other side. Here comes a Namor ult as well. SMSU lose 1. Now they pop their own Invis ult, trying to sustain through the fight. Maybe an ult that wasn't needed. That Invis ult is too far behind, but SMSU find a pick. Hyena, can he get out now? He's taken very low. SMSU do heal him up. Now Venom jumping into SMSU's backline. Hyena does drop eventually. They lose 9TB as well. SMSU trying to sustain through, and that is going to be site captured. SMSU get team wiped.
Might be a good time to stop them.
3 minutes still on the clock for Minot. SMSU regrouping. No character changes other than the Moon Knight out for Bucky. Oh, and actually both the DPS have changed. The Iron Man coming out instead. Iron Man being chased off by the Venom now. And the Venom into the backline. SMSU, can they peel it? 9TB gets dropped. SMSU trade 2 for 2 so far. But SMSU down to 1 support left. Can they finish this team fight? Looks like Minot is going to back up for now. SMSU do have the Bucky and Strange ults available. Caster swapping to another support. 9TB swapping to the Elsa. Jeff coming out from Caster. And here comes a Cloak ult. Venom jumping into SMSU's backline. Can SMSU deal with this? They lose 2. This is a not good fight from SMSU. They need to reset for a moment here. Make sure nobody else gets picked. They're fighting too aggressively, and they get dropped in a bad fight. What are they doing? They're fighting too aggressively. Back up. Now you can walk forward to touch as the team gets here. 9TB, 1 HP. Here comes Iwagamoto with the Bucky ult, but the support ult on site. SMSU lose 3. Thing just trying to contest for as long as possible. 9TB gonna touch. And SMSU throw the fights a little bit there. Not well played towards the end of that map from SMSU. Unable to back up.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
All right, SMSU have to cap all 3 points for convergence here. Let's see what SMSU change up. Actually, a pretty significant change coming into play. Thing, Hulk, Pain Brothers coming out here.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Here comes Venom. Let's see what SMSU are up to. Venom onto the back line, and SMSU peeling a little bit, trying to stay healthy through it. SMSU, they lose magic though, as Venom causing chaos on SMSU's back line. SMSU do trade a kill onto the Iron Man. Very good kill from Spider-Man. Here comes Hulk onto site, trying to put pressure onto the back line. And here comes Hyena, following it up. Namor taken very low, has to use his bubble. SMSU find a kill onto Iron Man again. But here comes the counter ult onto SMSU, and they lose trash. Here comes Spider-Man in on the Namor, and he does find the kill. Resets out. SMSU trying to push back in here. 2 players down in this team fight for now. but can SMSU get into position? Here comes Spider-Man back into play. SMSU trying to keep this Venom off of their backline, and there they find a kill onto a support. But SMSU, if they lose Devoted, they lose their own support. SMSU capped most of site now. And it looks like SMSU are going to get site here, as Zero Power finds a kill onto the Cloak. SMSU quite a bit of time on the clock after capping that point. Pretty confusing team fights happening here. Spider-Man maybe gonna go in here. Distracting, and SMSU get a kill on the Moon Knight. They lose Spider-Man though. Now Venom being focused down, there comes the shield. Venom getting into a high position to jump the backline again. And here comes Venom onto the backline. SMSU disabling his movement. Can they burst him down? Not quite enough damage. Now, here comes Thing, jumping all the way in, but an Invis-ult drops on. SMSU gonna want to back off here. Both teams popping a lot of ults. Here comes a Cloak and Dagger ult from SMSU, and Devoted does live through the Namor ult. SMSU do get a kill onto the one, and now here comes Trash into the backline, but he gets picked up. SMSU weren't ready, but here comes Spider-Man trying to finish off the kills. They find none yet. SMSU jumping the backline with so many people. They do eventually find 1, 2, and 3. As SMSU trying to push forward the site. Here comes Jeff back to continue it forward. Very nice fight from SMSU. It was a little weird, but it did end up working for them. SMSU should try to stuff the touch. Looks like they're going to. They get sight, and now the Jeff ult into play. Gonna spit out a teammate and try to get out with a stolen enemy. And Trash Star taken pretty low here. Is now getting healed up. SMSU lose Spider-Man. Bucky with 1 HP. Now Thing gets picked up. SMSU, have they been moving site this time? They've been pushing it slowly. Should really be on site because this fight is lost. Trash Stars does find a kill in the backline, actually. Does get taken out eventually, though. Spider-Man trying to put pressure onto the Groot here. Groot taken very low. Spider-Man does get the kill and gets the health back. Gets out. Bruce gets back into Hulk. And Hyena taken out on the Thing. Trying to get out of that team fight. SMSU down a player right now. Let's play a little safe. Ooh, Hulk jumping in, but he's by himself. The Payne brothers are not together. Taken very low. Okay, he is going to live through it. Now Thing is here, but takes a lot of damage re-engaging. Spider-Man in the back line does find a kill onto Bucky and gets out. And SMSU pushing in. This might be a good team fight for SMSU, but the Groot walls capture SMSU for now, but now SMSU resetting. Here comes the Groot ult. SMSU Cloak and Dagger ult forward, and this looks like a good team fight for SMSU. Can they finish these kills? Invis ult comes into play. SMSU, will they be able to deal with this? Trash gets taken out from the Namor ult. SMSU lose 3 to the Namor ult. And SMSU, I think, need to reset here. A Jeff ult comes into play way too late. All right, SMSU resetting here.
Get that vehicle moving again.
All right. SMSU have about a minute to capture point here, and then they will be tied with time, but 2 minutes, 30 seconds total remaining. All right, Spider-Man in the back line. Trying to cause chaos, but taking quite a bit of damage here, and does get taken out. SMSU get a revive, but they did find 2 on the frontline players, but they lose 2 back. Now Bucky ult onto the back line of SMSU. This is a problem. Bucky is resetting. And The cloak ult did come out a little late from Minot, so that's good for SMSU, but they have a minute 45 to cap point here.
Get that vehicle moving again.
Trash taken very low here. SMSU devoted very low. SMSU lose their tank. SMSU getting ran over here. Here comes a Phoenix ult. Not able to win the fight, and SMSU lose 2. Now they gotta wait for that player to get back.
Only 60 seconds left. Get that vehicle moving again.
Caster back on the Punisher. And Groot ult into SMSU's backline with a Namor ult onto SMSU. They lose 1. Can they live through it? They lose 2. And an Invis ult comes on to play. SMSU on the Dr. Strange, and actually SMSU find 2 kills. And now Punisher ult finds a 3rd. But this isn't enough to win. SMSU might need to portal into their own spawn here.
The final 10 seconds. So close. This is your big chance.
Minot backed off, and now there's going to be one full team fight. Caster does find a kill here on the Punisher, but Invis ult comes into play. SMSU, do they have counters of their own? There comes the cloak ult out, and SMSU have found 2 kills. No kills lost. 3 kills. 4 kills, 5 kills. SMSU appear to have won this team fight. But Minot did do it faster, so now we're going to get into overtime, and Minot is going to have a minute 15 extra on the clock.
Current score is 3, 2, 3.
SMSU will only have 1 minute to capture point.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
SMSU swapping triple support here. Single tank. 4 supports.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
What's going on here? 3 supports, 2 tanks, 1 DPS. Okay.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
SMSU solo tanking on... no, double tanking, but... I'm just so surprised they keep bringing out the Strange in situations where you want somebody to be able to swap to Strange. Magneto getting out, trying to create some space. Now the Groot wall's coming into play. Hyena diving deep, but is he going to be tanky enough? Taking a lot of damage, now getting healed up. SMSU did get through the tight space. Zero power gets taken pretty low. Caster taken very low. They need heals onto him, and SMSU getting stuck in this position against Groot. Oh, this is not looking good for SMSU. They're going to need Strange to die in Portal. SMSU not finding a teamfight win and not swapping off the Strange. This was a mistake. You don't play the Strange when you're short on time. You swap to the Strange because it gives you 2 team fights.
2, 3. Time to
It blows my mind. Sorry, I'm over it.
You're on. You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
SMSU will need to defend for 2 minutes 16 seconds and not give them a third of sight. SMSU swapping to the Jeff. Okay.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready. Battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
SMSU gonna lose their rocket revive as Venom is gonna find it. SMSU trying to keep the walls up and zone them off here. Got him onto the back line. SMSU are gonna be ready for this. Caster gets taken out. Not enough heals. SMSU do find a kill, trade back. SMSU find 2. They are going to find a stagger on the Deadpool here. Hopefully Trash doesn't get taken out and does live. All right.
60 seconds left.
SMSU burned through 1:16. They do have an ult available on Rocket, almost an ult available on Moon Knight. No ults very close to up yet for Minot. Here comes Venom into the back line. There comes the freeze onto Venom. And Venom has to get out. Moon Knight ult onto their team, and SMSU find a kill, but Devoted taken very low here. Can he live through it? The Venom taken very low as well. SMSU do heal up. 2 find 3 kills. And now Venom into the back line. SMSU need to make sure they're keeping somebody on site. Here comes the rocket ult. Storm is gonna try to sneak in. Is SMSU ready for this? Caster protecting this very hard. And here comes a strange portal. And Stormweave is by himself. SMSU lose Rocket though. Here comes a Groot ult onto SMSU's position. SMSU sustaining through. They find 1, they find 2, they find 3. Here comes a Cloak ult onto site. Can SMSU live through this though? They need to stay on site. And here comes a Moon Knight ult as well. SMSU trying their best to stay on site. They're taken so low. And unfortunately, this is going to go the other way. SMSU didn't swap to Strange. I'm going to lose my mind. Oh, we will be back with Game 3. All right, here we are back 1-1 in the series so far. And Hella Namor open for both teams, so both teams are going to play it. This must be a little bit less practiced on this, maybe a mistaken banning phase. Zero Power taking quite a bit of damage here. SMSU able to heal up. Ooh, SMSU do find a kill, but the rocket revive is going to come through. SMSU find a second. That one's not going to get rocket revive. Emma going to slam another one down, and 3 kills for SMSU. 4 kills as SMSU find a kill onto Namor. Trash taken very low. Does get healed up here, though. And SMSU find 2. Caster finds 1. Not sure who got the other. Dr. Strange going to try getting out. SMSU, can they stagger the Strange as well? 9 TB on the Hella. Just doing so much damage. SMSU have 4 ults available. 5 now as Penny gets another. There's a lot of things. 9 TB is taking him to 1 HP, but does live. Caster 1 HP as well. Spider Time comes out, and that might be the kill on the Zero Power. Does get taken out during the ult. Moon Knight looking for an ult into SMSU's backline. SMSU's backline taking a lot of pressure here. They lose 1. Devoted 1 HP. The Moon Knight ult into SMSU's backline, and SMSU gonna have to get out of this fight. They need to back up here. Make sure nobody else gets taken out while they regroup. And SMSU stay committed for so long here. They are going to portal. It's kind of a weird portal, but it will work. SMSU ulting onto site here with Hyena, and that finds a kill. Finds 2. SMSU should win this team fight as they find 4. SMSU going to continue charging those ults by finding more kills.
You stopped them in their tracks. Only 60 seconds left.
Here comes Black Panther into SMSU's backline. SMSU finding a lot of damage onto him, and they do find the kill. SMSU do lose 9 TB themselves, and Emma ult. Very good Emma ult. Finds a lot. Can they find any kills off of it? Not able to. SMSU, they lose 0 power. Devoted gets taken out as well. Oh, it's so sad because that was such a good ult from Emma. Namor really committed here, trying to get healed up by the team. Does get taken out eventually. SMSU might want to try getting on site, but no, they get zoned out. That is going to be site capture for Minot. Zero Power going to get a kill on the Magneto. TV taking quite a bit of damage. This Moon Knight is in such a powerful position, and this might find kills. SMSU are able to heal up and push him off of the spot. Here comes Hell Unleashed. SMSU find 1 with the Hell Unleashed. And Caster dives into the backline with Jeff ult, unable to find much. Both teams down a player. Now BP into the back line. Hyena healing up through it, and this BP is out of position now. SMSU do find that kill, as well as the kill they found in the forward position during the BP dive. So SMSU do have a 2-person advantage right now, 3-person. Both teams fully reset here. Zero Power, 1 HP, needs to get healed up here. Where is the Jeff? Actually, Jeff wasn't here. That was my fault. Here comes the Magneto ult, but it isn't able to dunk the whole rocket ult. And BP in the back line here. That's going to find a kill on the Caster. SMSU scattered here. They lose 2, but here comes the Cloak and Dagger ult on site. SMSU gonna try to fight with it. Doing their best, but not really finding much. BP taken very low. Actually, SMSU do find the kill eventually. Now here comes an Invis ult onto the location. Devoted taken very low. Zero Power gonna try to cycle abilities and stay alive here. Not able to. Devoted swapping to Strange here. SMSU gonna go for another portal. Trash jumping in. Now jumping out, and SMSU taken so low. They're fighting for space, but Caster gets taken out by another Moon Knight ult. And I don't know if this is working. These Moon Knight ults are finding so much. Voted on site here, but Portal wasn't ready. And SMSU gonna give up point number 2. SMSU gonna change spawns. I'm gonna reset for a moment.
Better stop that vehicle.
Oh, Moon Knight gets taken very low, but no kill.
It's now or never. Stop them.
SMSU swapping things up pretty heavily here, and the Moon Knight doing so much damage. Storm very low here, needs to get healed up, but there's so many people taking damage here. SMSU do find a kill eventually, but the rocket ult comes out after. SMSU bursts down the rocket ult, and here's Jeff ult into the back line, and Caster is going to live through it. SMSU swapped it to the Bucky, and they're doing a lot of damage here. Can they get the reset? Not quite. Devoted, taken very low. Trash, 1 HP as well. SMSU gonna want to try pushing forward and touching here, but will they get Portal off here? Oh, Moon Knight all into the back line. SMSU lose Caster, and SMSU do stop them from touching.
The current score is 0.
SMSU need 2 points and a little bit more to take
Time
convoy.
to switch things up, including which side you're on. You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
We'll see what both teams lock in here.
Before you attack, get ready. Look at us. We
All right, let's see what SMSU decide to pull out here. SMSU putting Caster on the Moon Knight and Trash Stars on support here.
And I'm practically seething inside about how good it is.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright. Things are getting started here. Zero Power taking quite a bit of damage early here. Getting healed up with the bubble though. SMSU find a grab onto the Doctor Strange. Quite a bit of damage in that. Doctor Strange being taken out, but the rocket revive is going to come through. Deadpool ult comes out. That ult has charges way too fast, in my opinion. SMSU dealing with the Moon Knight ult into the back line. SMSU a little scattered here. 9TB is able to jump out though, and very nice from SMSU. The Moon Knight is just causing so much chaos. SMSU do find a kill onto Strange again. This time no rocket revive, but SMSU is so low. They do find 2 kills, and the ult, Invis ult in front. SMSU are going to be able to run them down. They need to keep maximum speed on site, and players out in getting in position to zone them out. Very well done from SMSU to start.
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
Devoted taking quite a bit of damage here. They have Bucky ult. Oh, I think there was a good opportunity for a Bucky ult there. Devoted very low. Here comes a Moon Knight ult into the back line. Both teams just popping ults. Trash gets taken out. Hyena gets taken out. SMSU find a kill, but the revive from Rocket's going to come through. And I think this is a bad fight for... Okay, here comes Dai Bagamoto. SMSU need to reset.
Get that vehicle moving again.
All right, SMSU deciding to portal with an Emma ult. This could be deadly. SMSU aren't able to get there in time, and Emma dies. A little bit of a delay from a couple players. SMSU do find a kill eventually. 9TB in a dangerous spot, though. Can he get healed up? No, he can't. Does get taken out. SMSU a little low on a few players here. Caster now. SMSU so scattered. And the Moon Knight all into SMSU's backline. We're going to see SMSU need to reset here. SMSU swapping off the Strange. That didn't work because the Emma ult came out, but no one else was through the portal for like 5 seconds. Devoted jumping through, trying to find a lot of damage. Trash gets taken out though. These Namor squids, nobody's dealing with them. There they finally do. SMSU have to fight down a support. They need to find a kill soon. Oh, they're getting out sustained. This fight is over. SMSU need to reset for one more fight. And SMSU popped the Moon Knight ult at a bad time. 15 seconds. Someone from SMSU is going to need a touch. It's probably going to be Invis here. Gonna wait until 1 second and then pop out. There's the Invis ult on site. The Namor ult gonna come into play. Trash is gonna get popped, but it does get the overtime for SMSU. SMSU trying to find a team fight win here, but the Moon Knight ult on to SMSU's position again. Magneto ult comes out. SMSU need to find kills here. They can't. They do eventually find one, but the rocket revive. SMSU, do they have players getting back? Invis is going to get here, but it's a little late. They're trying to fight. 9TB contesting for as long as possible, and SMSU are going to fall in Midtown.
Final score 0-2-2.
Unable to cap a point. And we'll be back with game number 4. All right, into game number 4. SMSU blue currently behind 2-1.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
SMSU should be pretty happy with their team comp here. I think how SMSU wanted it to go. I guess we'll see if it works out.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
All right, SMSU getting out of the gates here. SMSU back on the Payne brothers. Venom diving into SMSU's backline. SMSU doing a lot of damage. Venom does get away. Hulk kind of doing the same thing. Now jumping backwards. SMSU testing sight right away. They get sight here. They do get to start off with sight, and they find a kill, but they lose Hyena in the process. Zero Power taken pretty low. 9TB taken very low. Does get healed up, though. The Hawkeye kind of in the prime spot here, just peeking corners and looking for kills. Both teams positioning here. Venom into SMSU's backline, and SMSU trying to stuff it with the shotgun. Hyena taken very low, but a lot of players low on the other side. Hulk gonna get popped out of the Hulk form down to Bruce, and Iron Man 1 HP, not able to find the kill. Hawkeye does have ult available. Caster playing very close. Let's see him playing a little bit more on the support. Here comes Judge, Jury, and Executioner. SMSU backing off, but they lose one, they lose two. This team fight's over. The Gambit ult plus the Punisher ult deletes SMSU. And SMSU did not have their ults ready, unfortunately. SMSU are going to regroup. SMSU are going to go for high ground to start. Push this Venom off of the angle a little bit. And SMSU trying to find kills here, but oh, here comes an Iron Man ult. That's going to find two. SMSU were not ready for that. Now the Hawkeye gets taken out. SMSU popped two ults for that as well. And now they're staying in the fight too long. They're going to get staggered on the Punisher, it looks like. Maybe the team gets there just in time. They do. They do still have the Punisher and Cloak ult available. A very potent ult combination. Hulk going in, but taking a lot of damage right away. And SMSU, they have to use their ults together here. No ults together. This team fight is lost. SMSU staying in it just means they're going to get staggered. There's stagger 1, 2, and 3. SMSU tried to portal on the site. It was actually a good attempt, but they're going to get picked up here. I think that is map number 1. SMSU jumping through portal trying to contest, but they're just so staggered in this fight. Zero Power gonna get a touch to maintain overtime. Button's gonna get dropped out of Mega Hulk. Gonna get another contest, but does drop, and that's domination at site 1 for Minot. If Minot do win this map, that will be the series, unfortunately, for SMSU. So though, SMSU do need to win the next 2 or to stay in this.
Before you attack, get ready.
SMSU swapping to the Magneto here, swapping off the Payne brothers.
The battle starts in 5, 4.
The Hawkeye not working. SMSU swapping to the Spider-Man.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Here comes Venom onto the back line. Caster with a shotgun. SMSU find a kill right away on the Spider-Man.
Looks like the mission area is yours to
Taking out the Iron Man. Hyena getting healed up now. And SMSU pushing forward. They find a kill onto the Punisher as well. SMSU clean the fight. Very well counter-engaged from SMSU. Waiting for them to overextend. Spider-Man finding the pick to start the map off. Very nice for SMSU. Alright, Spider-Man trying to get behind them here. Oh, Deadpool actually hears the footsteps, turns around. Gonna force Spider-Man off the angle for now. Spider-Man onto the Iron Man, and that is a kill for SMSU, but they lose 2 on site. 3. SMSU getting picked up on site. SMSU do find 2 back. Now Hyena contesting site for as long as he can. Trying to find kills, and Spider-Man actually, those 2. Maybe the new Payne brothers, SMSU, take the team fight with Spider-Man and Thing being the primary sources of damage.
half of the mission area. Keep going.
Now Spider-Man playing the flank again. Hyena looking for an engage. Finds a little bit of one, but taken very low. Maximum Pulse comes onto site, and that does find one, but SMSU popped the Punisher up, but no heals.
The area is almost yours.
All right, SMSU lose site control. And down that Punisher ult is a very big deal, because Minot saved theirs. Alright, we'll see what SMSU can do. They do have the Thing ult. Spider-Man onto the Iron Man. Can he find the kill? It's so low. Not able to, and he does get taken out, and Hyena gets taken out as well. SMSU need to reset. Only 35%. This isn't a big deal. Let them pop their ults.
Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
All right, SMSU approaching again. Iron Man playing with SMSU a little bit. The Venom is taken pretty low, but does get out. Spider-Man onto the Iron Man. It does find the kill. SMSU start with a +1. Judge, Jury, and Executioner gets popped out here. SMSU trying to play around it for the Thing. What are you doing, man? He does get taken out. SMSU, can they find this team fight, though? The Eye of Agamotto, SMSU, appear to have won the team fight, and they took sight at the beginning of it. So they're going to get extra percent here and hopefully be able to end before the next team fight comes through.
Keep fighting.
Deadpool does get the overtime, and here comes a Strange Portal. Here comes SMSU with a Cloak and Dagger ult, the stall on site. Spider-Man on the back line trying to find a kill. Doesn't find the kill yet. And SMSU is focusing the kills in the front of the site. SMSU take site 2. Now site 3. SMSU need this one in order to continue the game forward. And SMSU Spider-Man finding a lot of success here. Either team going to change anything. Doesn't look like... Okay, there goes the Magneto instead of the Strange.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
See where the first team fight takes place. Looks like it might be in this area. Both teams opening it up. But neither team really committing to the fight there. It's going to be on site. The Wolverine coming out. And the Phoenix coming out. So SMSU is going to be ready for those picks. And Zero Power gets jumped a little bit, but SMSU do a good job fighting back, and Wolverine gets pushed off. Hyena has to get out for now. And the Wolverine finds an engage onto Caster, but Caster fighting back quite well. Mission area is captured by Minot, and SMSU lose 2. SMSU need to reset here. Wolverine into SMSU's backline. SMSU do fight and find that kill, but can they stay alive? Now the rest of their team is getting here soon, so SMSU might be able to play off that. Here comes Judge, Jury, and Executioner. SMSU running forward with this Punisher ult. SMSU find 1. And they find 2, but Eye of Agamotto onto SMSU's backline, and Phoenix all combos with it. SMSU lose 4 to that ult combo. And SMSU lose that team fight. SMSU do still have 2 ults available.
Progress has passed the halfway point.
Now Zero Power going to try to contest side. Here comes the Cloak and Dagger ult onto site. SMSU is going to try to capitalize on the site. Hawkeye finds a kill. SMSU find 3. They need to stop ulting here. They don't need any more. They take site control. 81% Minot got that first hold though. SMSU cannot really give up site control anymore. If they do, they're going to need a Strange Portal or something to get back quick. Zero Power gets taken pretty low, but SMSU do find a pick onto the Gambit. There's 2 picks, 3 picks. SMSU doing very well to start this one out. SMSU have 1 in their backline as well. They're going to try to stagger the Wolverine here, but Wolverine dashing around. SMSU at 40%. 9TB looking pretty hard for this Wolverine. I think both players understanding where the other one is. Now, SMSU dropping to a better shot. 9TB finds another one. Zero Power taking a little bit of damage here. Now SMSU dropping the Hawkeye into position and trying to find a kill. Not quite able to. Here comes Invis ult. SMSU need heals. That Hawkeye gets dropped. SMSU, they lose 2. They find 1 back. But SMSU are not finding enough kills. Here's Aya Bagamoto onto Caster. Caster going to get taken out. SMSU swap to the Strange. They're going to portal here.
Control lost.
They have a little bit of time. They don't need to instantly portal. Here comes the portal. SMSU trying to jump the back line. Maybe a wrong focus, but Caster gets taken out right away. SMSU lose 2. Now getting back to site where the heals are. Can they find any kills? They're focusing the tanks. They do find one eventually, but it's kind of not the person you want to kill. SMSU, a little lost in this fight, and I think, unfortunately, that's going to be it. SMSU not going to be proceeding to finals. They are going to be playing in a couple weeks for 3rd place instead. Just not able to get it over the line tonight. Minot does take the victory. And they did deserve the victory. They played very well tonight. So props to them. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. And hopefully you tune in. It's going to be a couple weeks before finals. I think next week is off for a spring break. And we will see you after that.